So, in honor of this Saturday being John Cena's last final WWE match ever, I thought it'd be a fun idea for today's video if we take a look back at the time that John Cena met the Muppets, and on top of that, I would like to share with you all about the time I got to personally meet John Cena myself. So, what are we waiting for? Let's talk about it. So like I've mentioned in the past, I am a big WWE and John Cena fan. Not only am I a Muppet and puppet fan, I would say that I've been a WWE fan for a good majority of my life. How do puppets and the WWE go together? Well, throughout WWE history, multiple wrestlers with their different personas and characters have included either a puppet-like character or have included puppets into their persona. And personally, I just think it's so cool how much puppetry and the WWE have meshed throughout the years. So the first time we've ever seen the Muppets do a collab with the WWE on television was back on October 31st, 2011. Kermit the Frog, Miss Piggy, Dr. Bunsen Honeydew, Beaker, Fozzie Bear, Gonzo, Animal, and Statler and Waldorf appeared on the WWE Raw Super Show live in Atlanta, Georgia to help promote the new, at the time, Disney Muppet movie. For example, Piggy and Kermit had a little run-in with Santino Marella, Jack Swagger, and Vickie Guerrero. Kelly even laid a kiss on Kermit, which upset Miss Piggy. Beaker has a backstage incident with Christian, which ends up with him being defended by his relative, Sheamus. Animal got to officially ring the bell before a start of an actual match in a backstage little segment, and Gonzo got wrestled but more like stretched out by Jack Swagger, Dolph Ziggler, and Vickie Guerrero. Also backstage, John Morrison had a little run-in with Miss Piggy, and the tables turned on her when she got hornswoggled by Hornswoggle. And during that episode that wasn't seen on screen, WWE.com actually uploaded some really fun and funny backstage photos with the Muppets hanging out with CM Punk, The Miz, Talia, and Beth Phoenix, and of course, John Cena. On December 19th, 2012, the Muppets made another appearance, but this time on WWE's Tribute to the Troops holiday show. The Muppets appearing were Kermit the Frog, Miss Piggy, Fozzie Bear, Gonzo, Pepe, Rizzo, Statler, Waldorf, Sam the Eagle, and a Muppet Goat. Once again, for this special TV holiday show, the Muppets had appearances on stage, out in front of the live crowd, and also backstage. Rizzo and Pepe are backstage watching Layla stretch, while Gonzo kind of makes an appearance trying to talk to him about how excited he is to be at WWE, and Rizzo and Pepe really aren't paying him much attention. Statler and Waldorf could be seen backstage monitoring the show from a monitor, heckling and of course making their funny comments about the show. The Muppets even got to be a part of a special segment with WWE superstar The Miz, a part of his segment on the show called The Miz TV. Miz got to mess with both Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy, which unfortunately The Miz and the Muppets had a run-in with Damien Sandow. Also, there was a backstage segment between Daniel Bryan and Animal, and of course the Muppet Goat walking up to Daniel Bryan and them admiring each other's beards. Also, backstage before his match, you could see John Cena and Sam the Eagle kind of having a stare-off and also saluting each other. So as you can see, throughout the history of WWE and John Cena, they've had their run-in with the Muppets. The Muppets have had their run-in with some WWE superstars, and WWE superstars have had their run-in with the Muppet characters. Most importantly, John Cena. So what does a empty parking lot, the Honda Center, and a Bob's Big Boy have to do with me meeting John Cena? Well, we're rolling back the clock, and pretty much this is the place where kind of everything started. Kind of, and not really. So pretty much how this whole meeting John Cena idea got started, I'm going to pass it over to my mom, Joanne, aka Stuff to Discuss TV. Follow her on YouTube. This is my dad, Ray Galucci. You can follow him at Galucci Collectibles on YouTube. But the way all this got started is that my dad, you make football helmets, or you repurpose.
One of the many rabbit holes I have. Pretty much I take high school football helmets, college football helmets, whatever, and I can match them to whatever color the team is.
Or sports team.
Yeah, sports team, and the decals to match. We went with a blue because...
I don't know. I actually didn't know about any of this because at the time he was actually making different football helmets and baseball helmets for his friends. Well, our family members, I should say. His friends, our family members.
Pretty much we realized that John Cena he played football. His whole goal was to be either a football player in the Marine Corps or whatever. Football didn't work out for him. Marine Corps didn't work out for him, and wrestling did. So we found out his football number.
Number 54.
There you go.
In college, and then his hustle, loyalty, respect logo that is famous on his t-shirts and like his branding.
And this is how old this thing is.
This is the older WWE logo. And then on the back here, number 50 for his college number.
Okay, so Christmas time when Justin got the helmet that his father made him, the WWE, John Cena, everything else.
And so this was actually coming up on Christmas prior to that year. And this was a Christmas present that I did not know about.
We went with the blue because of why?
I don't know. Yeah, I think maybe because John Cena's
favorite color
was maybe blue, or maybe one of his shirts had the multiple.
So whoever's favorite colors is,
shirts.
whether it's Justin's or John Cena's, we made the identical helmet for John Cena, and I did the same thing for Justin.
But again, this helmet was originally a Christmas present to me, for me, that my parents had kept under wraps for that Christmas. And I was super excited and super happy to have my very own specially designed and made John Cena football helmet.
I don't know, just this idea just came about, hey.
I'm gonna say it's a God thing.
Yeah, it's a Holy Spirit. Yeah, came through and said, how about we go ahead? Because I knew about the WWE was going to be at the Honda Center
for Monday Night Raw.
For Monday Night Raw. And so I said, you know what? We go there and, visit a lot in a way. I said, it would be cool if we could go ahead and show, John Cena the helmet. But we didn't know what way we was going to do that. So we kind of used my husband a little bit because he's used to be in the military and he was a police officer in LA. I was like, John Cena loves the military.
He likes the police force.
The police force. So I said that would be awesome if we can go ahead and show him what him and his son created.
And kind of make a connection.
Get a connection. So it came down here and we said, you know what? Let's just see what happens. So right now there's a structure, multi-structure being built here in Honda Center. But at the time there was no multi-structure. It's just like flat here, like we are in this parking lot.
Clear view.
Yes.
Across the way.
And so what happened was we end up parking a little bit. We parked over here and we walked over with the helmet, and quickly Justin was familiar with his bus.
And the way I knew how to look for John Cena's bus is because WWE would do multiple behind the scenes videos and things at the time, documentaries. I believe he had multiple DVDs that he came out with explaining John Cena's life on the road as a WWE superstar. And I kind of was able to eyeball his bus and, of course, Mr. RKO, Randy Orton's bus as well.
Oh, there's John Cena's bus.
Also, prior to this, we had done other multiple WWE live events. And so we kind of knew how to work it where we would stand with the rest of other WWE fans and kind of see everybody come in, because the wrestlers would walk into the building and people would wave hi. They still do that to this day. They wave hi, they sign autographs and stuff like that. So, and then when the show ends, people try to run outside to get their autograph, get a picture.
But this was during the beginning of the show. So we thought we would go ahead and then again, I explained that we saw one of the staff members of the security guy of the building of Honda Center, and we was like, how could we go about talking to John Cena? And he was like, well, I don't know. So
he really wasn't of much help.
When you try to meet a celebrity, whatever, you got security guards, everybody else, right? Well, the security guard ended up being not helpful and would say it nicely, useless. And some kind of way we met the bus driver.
Actually, so while we were talking to him,
the bus driver,
the person that overheard us talking to him, saying we wanted to show John Cena something, was John Cena's official bus driver for all the years that John Cena was on his bus, touring up and down the country, or just talking to the not so helpful security guard. And he was like, did I hear that you want to gift John Cena something, or you have something to show John Cena? He said, I can't make any promises, but this is pretty cool. This is awesome that you guys have a one-of-a-kind, specially designed, never before given football helmet to John Cena. I think he took a picture of it and he sent it to John Cena inside the arena before the event started. Again, we did not have tickets or anything like that.
And John Cena actually responded
to the bus driver.
I'll be out there.
Yeah.
Just have him wait.
Rest in peace to his bus driver. He recently passed a couple years ago, but shout out to him because he pretty much...
Without him, we wouldn't have been able to have the ability to meet.
God bless him for being able to say, you know what? Okay, this family seems genuine, and it seems like they just want to meet John. They don't even have tickets or anything like that. They just want to meet him. So
5 minutes of his time.
Yeah, let's see if we can make that happen. Right. Okay, he said they'll come back later on, right as the show ends. He's like, because it's going to get very crowded. There's going to be, I don't know, you call them stanchions, a guardrail up. And he's like, so stand right close to the nearest guardrail next to John's bus. And if you can, try to kind of like flag me down with the helmet, and I'll lead John right to you. And to come back to where we were at, we told him that we were going to grab a bite to eat. And when the show ended, Monday Night Raw ended, we would definitely return and be back. And that's why it's no longer here, but the Bob's Big Boy, where it once stood, is now Pit Fire Pizza. Shout out to them. It's not a sponsor. And so that used to be Bob's Big Boy. and that's where we got a bite to eat. And my family and I were all excited and happy and say, can you imagine what would it be like to officially meet John Cena and gift him this helmet? We had over around maybe 7 or 8.
He said just about when it ends. When we came back over, believe it or not, it was a limo that was parked near the bus.
And it was passing, driving by. Little did we know, this would also be a very significant date in WWE history, because February 14th, 2011 was the day after a 7-year long hiatus from the company, The Rock made his official return, where he was there to announce that he would be hosting that year's WrestleMania.
So it was Rock in the Rock's limo, basically.
Yeah, all that.
Yeah. But anyway, we was focusing on John Cena. So we ended up coming back, and the bus driver must have thought that we wasn't serious about coming back.
He was surprised.
But we were serious. So
he said, "Oh, you're back.
You're back." So
right
he ended
away
up
texted John Cena, let him know that we were outside. John had just finished saying goodbye to everybody in the arena and was headed out toward his bus.
And before you know it, we was telling Justin, hey, wave the, down.
Wave the helmet.
He was coming over anyway.
I felt like a train conductor from the Polar Express. So if you can picture it, here we are on the guardrail, and John's walking out of the arena door straight, making a beeline for his bus. While all these fans and everybody of the WWE Universe is behind us chanting John Cena, Cena sucks.
Like Cena.
Let's go Cena.
Yeah.
A bunch of noise.
They was all on us.
Yeah.
But you know what? It was so funny. The noise got quiet. Just as John Cena is like, hey, I heard a lot about you. And we like, say what? He
stands right in front of me and says, He gave
him some dap.
Yeah, he's like, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? And then I told him, hey, I said, we made this helmet for you. We are just here to gift you something. And this is all we wanted. So he's looking at it, he's staring at it, he's got the classic John Cena smirky smile on his face.
Yeah.
And he's just taking in of how cool and how detailed the helmet is, from his college football, high school and college football number on there, and all the rest, the WWE logo and his logo. And
what the funny part about it was, I had a camera, but I wasn't filming as we were talking with him because I had respect.
And now that we know that he respects that when people don't.
Yeah. So then it was so funny because he's like, oh, I hope you have a camera. I'm like, oh yeah. And then it was so funny. I was about to leave Justin out of it.
I'm standing to the side like this. So here's John Cena behind the guard. I'm standing like this. And I'm like, hey, mom. And so she's like, oh, sorry. And so she pans it over.
Yeah, it was so
and
funny.
This right here, what we're showing right now, is the classic picture of a very memorable moment. So thankful and grateful to John Cena for taking that time. I know it was several years ago, but a huge shout out and thank you, first and foremost, to God, my parents, the bus driver, John Cena, because that was the coolest moment ever as this plane now passes over. So, of course, after having the incredible honor and privilege of meeting John Cena and gifting him his very own football helmet, which is the original one, my dad's like, no worries, that was your kind of like your golden ticket to meeting John Cena. That's not what we did it, but he's like, no worries, I can definitely make you another one.
Yeah, and we did.
So this is the other one.
So the thing is, Justin and John Cena are the only two people that have this helmet. And John Cena said he was going to put it in his office. I have no reason to believe he would lie.
Maybe someone could find a documentary of them interviewing John Cena near his office. I believe it's at maybe his house in Florida. But I think that's where he's sticking all of his football helmets. So that's where this one would be.
Or pass this video on to John Cena, and maybe he'll get a hold of us.
Yeah, super, super cool. Surreal moment. No one had it on video, and we kid you not, the crowd was rowdy and loud, and they went from rowdy and loud to dead silent. You could not even hear a cricket chirp. And
that was the quickest 5 minutes of his time. We appreciate that of him for being a fan so long that he put his time out for Justin like that.
John Cena, if you ever see this, I don't think you will, but if you happen to ever see this, from our family to you, thank you so much for all that you've done, all that you have done over your years of service for the WWE, taking the time out to acknowledge your fans and just spend that time with them, and to show how an amazing, awesome, and genuine, down-to-earth person that you are. We appreciate you, and like everybody else has probably told you, thank you, Cena, and I can't wait to see what the future has in store for you as you go into retirement from one industry to the next. Hey, thanks so much for watching this fun, awesome puppet-related video. I hope you enjoyed it and you learned a lot. And if you did, please do me a favor and go check out the next video right here on the screen. Kermit and I think you will enjoy it, and we'll see you over there. Until next time, take care, and well, have an awesome day.